latest on Cyclone Cilida, which is continuing to intensify, now a Category 4 on the Saffir Simpson Scale. That's a very intense tropical cyclone on the local scale, with winds of 130 miles per hour and a pressure of 950 millibars. It's at 15 degrees south, 57.7 degrees east, and has been stalling a little bit in the last few hours. It's a stage 7 on the CDPS scale, catastrophic damage potential, and is moving generally towards the south at this time. It's 169 miles from St Brandon, 220 from Tromelin, 356 from Port Louis, and 430 miles from St Denis in Réunion. 495 miles from Rodrigues as well. Class 2 warnings in effect in Mauritius and a cyclone pre-alert for Réunion, and those warnings could be elevated further over the next 24 to 48 hours as the storm continues to draw nearer. So let's take a look at what the latest model runs are showing. This is the GFS model run showing what's going to happen in the next 5 days and beyond. You can see the storm's passage there. It is still expecting for Cilida to move towards the east of Mauritius, quite significantly actually. That's always been the case with the GFS model. The HWRF, for instance, has it a little bit further west. You'll see that one shortly as well. You can also see the remnants of Cyclone Cilida, as they will be by then, moving slowly towards Rodrigues, but not much of it will be surviving. Good conditions around the storm at the minute, that's why it has been intensifying in the way it has. 27 or 28 degrees Celsius sea surface temperatures at this time, which is certainly warm enough to sustain a storm of this strength, and a little bit cooler south of the islands. And over the next few days, this is what it's going to look like. So again, Saturday is when the storm will draw very close to Mauritius, and then into Sunday. Saturday night into Sunday is probably going to be the main time where the storm will pass just to the east of Mauritius, with tropical storm force winds possible, and by some models, maybe hurricane force winds possible for Mauritius, and further to the west there over in Réunion, probably not so much effects. But the eastern side of Mauritius is the area that we are most concerned about. The percentage chances for tropical storm force winds haven't changed very much since yesterday. In fact, they haven't changed at all. Still 70% chance in Port Louis and 70% also in Mahébourg on the eastern coast of Mauritius as well. The whole island could experience up to 600 millimeters of rainfall and probably 200 millimeters as a benchmark to begin with. These are what the models are saying. It's the same graphic as yesterday actually, because there haven't been any updates on that, so we're a little bit behind the times on these model runs here, but not very much has changed at all really since then. The HWRF model is still furthest towards the west, and that is the one that has the most concern for Mauritius, because it does get part of the main bulk of the storm. Not quite the eye wall, so I was hesitating to say that, but the biggest part of the storm to the western side. So this is how it's been looking in the last few hours. It's still got that slight westward element, and I've been saying ever since really that if it does move west of Mauritius's longitude, then it could spell very big trouble for the island. But it's really very close to see what exactly is going to happen here, and we're waiting with bated breath. We'll have more updates here on the Force 13 channel throughout today, tonight, and tomorrow as this storm draws nearer. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. Of course, you can come into direct contact with us by messaging Fool13 on Discord at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype. And our partners are also doing updates, Mateo e Cyclone Maurice on Facebook.